Are you a first responder who's thinking about real estate? Here's a story. When I was a cop back in the 90s, I had someone offer to sell me a 6-unit property in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania for 40,000. I passed on it. I had no idea what I had just done. Now, a property like that would be worth over 500,000 easily. It would have cash flowed and I would probably at this point have no mortgage. So, you want to serve during the day and build wealth at night? If that sounds like a pipe dream, guess what? It's not. You just need the right playbook. I'm Bud Evans. I'm a military veteran. I'm a former police officer. And these days, I build rental portfolios and help other vets and first responders do the same without quitting their careers or gambling their savings on someone else's Instagram side hustle. So let's level with each other. You have chosen one of the hardest jobs out there. Long shift, short sleep, rotating shifts, high stakes. You show up when it counts, even when no one else wants to. But here's what they don't tell you. Doing the right thing doesn't always lead to financial freedom. Your pension might be decent if you make it. The 401k might be okay as long as the market cooperates when you're ready to retire. But if you want real choices, if you want to stop working because you're done, not because you're broken, you're going to need something else. That something else is real estate. I'm not talking about flipping houses or becoming a YouTube landlord. I'm talking about a plan, strategic investing that works with your schedule and gives you cash flow, equity, and long-term freedom. So whether you're on your first deal or you're thinking about deal number 10, this isn't theory. This is what I've done and what guys like you can do if you start now. So if you're here to learn how to build wealth while you're still in uniform and keep it long after you hang up the boots, you're in the right place. Before we get into that, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you are up to date on all the no BS real estate investing information that I can provide you. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Money. You probably heard this line before. You'll be taken care of. But here's the reality. Most of us in uniform, whether it's BDUs or blues, aren't building real wealth. We're trading time for a paycheck. We're told to stock away money in a TSP or a pension fund and just pray the numbers work. They add up by the time our backs, knees, or marriage gives out. But here's a stat that most people ignore. The average cop retires with over 20 years of service and maybe $60,000 in annual pension, if they make it that far. The average military person, even less. They stick it out to 20 and they navigate the system like a tax attorney. That's not wealth. That's a slow bleed into a fixed income. Meanwhile, civilians and corporate jobs, sure, they're stacking up 401k matches, stock options, and real estate portfolios, and they're not the ones putting their lives on the line to get it. There's a gap. There's a massive wealth gap, and no one's fixing it for you. We don't have the financial advisors showing up during roll call. There's no briefing on how to build a rental portfolio between shifts or deployments. So what happens? We stay broke, or worse, we become house poor with one big mortgage and no real cash flow. That's why this hard conversation matters. You're out there solving everyone else's crisis. So let me make sure you're not walking into one of your own. Because guess what? You can build wealth while you serve, but it's not going to happen unless you take control of it, and it's not going to happen overnight. No one else is coming to save you. You've got to do it yourself. So let's talk about how we close that gap, starting with the very first step. Here's where I keep coming back to real estate and why it's the move if you're wearing a uniform for a living. Number one, it's simple math. Real estate creates cash flow. It's money that shows up every month, whether you're on duty or you're pulling a double or you're sleeping off the midnight shift. I'm talking about deposits that hit your bank account while you're not chasing a suspect or dodging literal dumpster fires. Next, you already have the skills. Real estate isn't rocket science. It's disciplined systems and follow through. Sound familiar? You do this stuff every day, whether it's writing reports, managing the chaos on the scene, or just staying sharp under pressure. Property management, tenant communication, renovation budgets, just all controlled ops, but you're in civilian clothes. And here's the kicker. Your job makes you bankable. Lenders love you. Steady paychecks, benefits, you're a public servant, you're seen as very low risk. That means you qualify for loans, often better ones than most civilians. FHA, VA, conventional, it's all on the table for you. And guess what? That leverage, that's how you go from owning one property to 5 without breaking your bank. Also, you have access to networks that civilians don't. We all know the cop who's been in the game longer or the fire captain who's got 6 units and quietly cash flows. Use that network. You've got trust and a shared grit. That's a better bond than most mastermind groups out there. Speaking of which, I'd love to introduce you to David Perret at From Military to Millionaire. He's got a YouTube channel here, and if you want more information, go to buddevans.com and book a strategy session. I'll be more than happy to help you start out on your real estate journey and introduce you to Dave. All right, the bottom line, real estate is built for people like us. It gives you control. It builds equity while you sleep. And unlike your paycheck, it doesn't cap out because someone in HR says you've topped out. You're looking every year for that 1%, 2%, or 4% raise. You don't have to worry about that now. Let's break down exactly how you get started in the next section. We want to do this without losing our sanity. So we're going to set a mini mission. We're going to use our mission briefing skills. Our target, buy a duplex or triplex in 12 months. Break it into milestones, savings, vetting, offer, and close. Same way you'd plan a shift, plan your investment. Next, we're going to use our leverage available. If you qualify for a VA loan with 0% down, you can get an FHA loan at 3.5% down on a duplex, live in one, rent out the other. Tenant pays, 0 down, instant cash flow. We're going to automate early. We're going to use digital signing, auto pay rents, maintenance ticketing, systematize your rental business before it actually grows. This isn't optional. This is your lifeline to reality here. Next, we're going to block our investment shift. You're going to schedule an investing hour just like you'd schedule training or workout time. Consistency is a habit. Hours logged equals number of deals made. Let's talk about building your first rental while on shift work. If you buy a duplex and you house hack, you live in unit A, you rent out unit B, all financed with your benefits, the tenant pays most or all of your mortgage, and that's a textbook win. We're going to talk about management here. You're not someone's emergency plumber. Arrange for part-time help, property management, or contractors to cover that 2 a.m. freakout. Combat-ready budget margins here. Seasonal slowdowns, appliance blowouts, plumbing nightmares, they happen. You want to have a $10,000 emergency fund. It keeps small issues from turning into crisis. We want to review our rent and profit monthly. Check rental income, that's about 15 minutes. If your rent's been late or your cash flow is slipping, you catch it early, you supervise, you're not babysitting. We need to make your portfolio work for you, not the other way around. So if you're using the BRRRR method, which is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat, that's how I went from 0 to 57 doors. Each cycle strengthens your cash flow and you stay ahead of inflation. We've done 5 at a time, 10 at a time, 1 at a time. All right. In the field, you wouldn't go out without maps or radios, right? Well, in a property, you can't rely on spreadsheets. Flipper Force zooms through rehab budgets, project syncs, deal analysis. It's your Intel strategy and operations center. The link is in the description. You get 30 days free and 25% off every subsequent month. Next, we're going to build our support squad, handymen, plumbers, bookkeepers, virtual assistants. We want to build that team and assemble our squad. They're going to respond fast. They're going to deliver reliable results and coordinate through your SOPs. We need to scale without losing autonomy. We're going to shift from doing it all to overseeing. We're going to work on our business, not in our business, and delegate repetitive tasks to assistants so that we can free up time for strategy, not for paperwork. So here's some tools and tactics that I use. Number 1 is Flipper Force. That's rehab analysis, BRRRR tracking. It's all in one place. I use Buildium. You can use RentReady too, which is a full rental portal, maintenance, and documentation. I'd also recommend Stessa.com. I use DocuSign or Adobe. They're legally binding leases with audit trails that you can electronically sign. You can use Angie's List. I personally use Thumbtack for pre-vetted vendors. Here are a few guidelines. The 1% rule, the 70% rule. These are quick filters to avoid bad habits. You can use a HELOC, a VA loan, an FHA loan for strategic financing option. Use your veteran and first responder network to find deals, trades, equity partners, and check out the War Room by David Perret. Tell them I sent you. Don't overcomplicate. Use the tech that enhances your business, not distracts you from it. If this helps you clear the chaos, do me a favor, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell because investing is a mission with no finish line. Don't forget to visit buddevans.com. If you're a first responder or a veteran, sign up for a strategy session. Let's build your wealth plan, whether you're flipping, wholesaling, or building a passive buy and hold portfolio. Look, you're already disciplined. You're already mission focused. You are brave. So now's the time to take that drive and direct it towards building wealth that's going to last you after your shifts end. I'm going to give you this mission. Do one deal at a time, one automation at a time, one strategy session at a time. Don't wait until retirement thinking that you're set up. Start building your wealth now. Stay mission ready. Until the next video,